Christoph, gratuliere zum...
Hubert Kickler, Kleine Zeitung.
Entschuldigung. Christoph, gratuliere zum Sieg.
Christoph, congratulations for the win. How is the mood among your team members after this victory, which wasn't that easy, whereas after the first strong 10 minutes, one could have thought that it would be a lot easier? What are you guys feeling after this success? Well, first of all, thank you. Yeah, everybody is really extremely happy. To be honest, there was a lot of pressure on us. We already felt it yesterday. And we couldn't even really do a good afternoon nap because there was so much stress, so much pressure on us. So we are really relieved, but at the same hand, we still know that we still have something in front of us. Now it's only starting. So as I said, we're really happy. We enjoy this, and then we focus 100% on the Dutch. Christoph, can you explain how significant it is for you personally after you missed against France that you scored now? How relieved are you? Yes, extremely. I know how it is. You score in 5 matches in a row, and then in the one match where it really counts, you miss the big chance. And then everybody asks you questions. I asked myself questions. What's wrong with my football? Doesn't it work anymore? But it's really important to always believe in yourself. That's what I did. That's what the coach did. And especially during halftime, he made it clear to me that he puts a lot of trust into me, that I can make a difference in such matches. And that gave me a lot of strength for the second half. That I knew that there's not only family and friends behind me, but a whole nation and the coach. And but in the end, it's not about me, it's about the team. We're really happy. You were sometimes, for some people, you are the secret favorite of the tournament. Does this add some extra pressure to you? Maybe you're not this secret as a favorite anymore? Or what does it do with you guys? Yes, somehow it is nice to be called like that. We won against Germany in the preparation. We had a really good period during the last few weeks and months. And then people start to think big quite quickly. But we, as a team, we always knew how to assess the situation. We knew that against France, we weren't at our maximum, but that's what we need. And if we reach our maximum, we can beat a lot of nations. So this pressure is mainly coming from ourselves, from among the team, because we know about our quality. It would have been a big, big shame if we had lost this game today. And it would have been tight then. So yes, we still have a lot of work in front of us, but this victory was really important for us today, and hopefully we can continue like that. Christoph, is it also a quality of the squad? How everybody ran so much and how aggressive you were? So is this a quality of the team to come back really quickly also? Well, I think we started very good into the game. We made a lot of pressure. We were very aggressive in the pressing and the counter pressing, but then we lacked a little bit of energy. And we gave away the match a little bit, which was completely unnecessary. And then in the second half, we knew that now we have to deliver for sure. That's one of our qualities, one of our characteristics, that we know how to deal with these kinds of situations and know how to react to those situations. And that's why eventually it was a positive result for us. Well, the question goes into the same direction. I wanted to say you scored this classical early goal, and then we had the impression that you might lose control of this match. How was the how did you manage that mentally? What was the key for this mental management? Because I think the pressure wasn't less after you conceded 1-1. Yes, of course, there was the danger that we could lose grip of the match, and I think in a few periods of the first half time, that's what happened to us because we lost the ball too easily. Myself, I lost the ball. It was catastrophic. And these situations, you can't really allow them in those kinds of matches. But as I said, all of us, we know that we can trust each other. And the coach encouraged us during halftime, and that's what we then put on the pitch, and that's why I think we really deserve this win. Christoph, the scene after your goal where you ran to the coach, could you maybe say a few words about that and and maybe also to the coach what you thought when Christoph Baumgartner went towards you? Well, the coach had a few words personally for me during the halftime. He took his time to speak with me. He encouraged me. And I think we have a good relation. I'm extremely happy that he's here with us, that he's still here with us. I had pressure on myself, the coach had pressure on him, the whole team had pressure on them, and well, I was just overwhelmed. I wanted to give something back. I wanted to show him that I'm extremely grateful, and that's how it happened. Thank you. Ralf, maybe you want to comment on this? Well, yes, no. Baumi already said everything. Maybe we just continue with further questions.
Dürfen wir das Mikrofon haben? Danke.
Ja, Oliver Jensen wieder von ran. Ich glaube, Ihre ganze Mannschaft war stark.
I think all of your squad was strong, but two players, Trauner and Sabitzer. Trauner, you rotated him into the team. He does the header for the first goal. And Sabitzer, he was on fire, especially at the end of the match. How did you see both players? Well, to be honest, I don't want to emphasize the performance of any player because our team lives off the team spirit. That Gernot Trauner made a good match wasn't really surprising for me. He was already a candidate for the starting 11 in the first match because of his performance during training sessions. That's what he confirmed today. Unfortunately, I had to take him out because of muscular problems, but we still have to wait the opinion of the medical staff. So I think also Philipp Lienhardt, it's the first time he played for 90 minutes today. It was really extraordinary. So I'm really happy that I decided for those two others. It wasn't easy to decide for them because Kevin Danzel made a great match against France, but I think both of them really justified that they stood on the pitch. Marko Arnautovic, also Niki Seiwald. For me personally, his best match since I'm the coach of Austria. When you think about the fact that he's not playing that much at Leipzig, how old is he? 21. It was a really aggressive impression, very clear, very lucid. But as I said, the first 20 minutes were maybe perfect from our side. We should have led maybe even higher than 1-0. Then we kind of gave away the match with losing the ball unnecessarily. Baumi already mentioned that, but that wasn't the only situation. There were 4 or 5 situations like that. Also, when I think about the big chance that they had with the post, we have to follow in those situations. Also, Baumi, that's why it was necessary to do a few changes for the second half, and in the second half, we totally controlled the match. I didn't understand the question. I'm sorry. Yes, Sabitzer is also one of those players that we really need. I think he wasn't that present in the first half. I would have preferred that he tries to shoot also for himself, but definitely in the second half, especially when we pulled him over onto the 10, he had those scenes that we need to see from him. So partly already answered my question that I didn't even ask. Could you please speak up? I wanted to know why your team gave away the match in the first half. Maybe you were a little bit too relaxed also after that first goal? Well, it's difficult to answer that question. It was certainly a mental thing. If it was because it was maybe too easy in their minds after the 20 minutes, it's only a matter of time until we scored a second goal. Or maybe it was also due to the expectations of everyone, due to the pressure that was on us. I think after the 20th minute in the first half, we dropped down in our performance level. So already in the first half, we had a few players who underperformed in comparison to the normal level. We don't have this extraordinary squad where we can allow 4 or 5 players who play under their level. But as I said, in the second half, that changed completely. Mr. Rangnick, first of all, congratulations for the victory. And first of all, could you maybe comment, you were really happy after the victory. How relieved are you? How much pressure went off your shoulders and off the shoulders of the team? It was really an extraordinary atmosphere with 20,000 Polish people, 20,000 Austrian people. What impression did that to your team, to you, and what does it do with your team? Well, I already said before the match that it would be a playoff match. The team who will lose today is out of the team. Yes, of course, you can still calculate that they qualify, but in truth, that's not the case. And the team who wins the match has everything in their own hands. That is now the case. Now let's look at the other match, how that will finish. So I would say, since I'm coach here in Austria, that was the most important match, and that's why we are all really content, really happy with this victory, but also with the performance over long periods. Today we played for long periods, like we played in many of the qualifiers or friendlies before the Euro. Mr. Rangnick, Christoph Baumgartner ran after your goal directly to him. What did you say to him, and did your glasses survive the attack? Yes, my glasses are still okay, and I also have 2 extra pairs. Yes, I already talked with Baumi. I already sent him an emoji. I sometimes do it to one or another player, but in this case, there is this emoji in the Leipzig jersey where he does such a scene. That's what I showed him. That's what I sent him before the match, and I don't know if it was such a great idea looking at the first half that he played. But as he already said, we talked during the halftime, and I told him, look, Baumi, you're such an important player. We need you at least at normal level. But I think that he also doesn't like so much the 9.5 position. So I think the change in our formation did really good to him. And then he scored also after great assist from Alexander Pras. I really have to mention him. He really showed again good performance after his performance in a match against Serbia. One last question. Everybody congratulates that team spirit, speaks a lot about the team spirit, but it's also a very clever team which is learning very quickly. I think also about this period between the 20th and 45th minute in the first half. The players back then, they wouldn't have been able to react that quickly. So is this one of your big strengths? And a second question. what does it mean for the third match against the Netherlands? Because maybe you don't feel that huge pressure anymore. You could even be winner of the group, depending on the result this evening. Well, if we calculate, we're still not through. We at least need one more point. You can say with 4 points, it's quite secure that you go on into the KO round. But now we will see the result of tonight. Maybe we can win the group. Yeah, theoretically, it's still possible. But what was really important today was the match of today, and it was important that the managed show the reaction that there are many clever players. Yes, that's true, but they are not that clever because otherwise they wouldn't have done the things they did after 20 minutes. Of course, it was kind of because of the Polish, but also it was our own fault. And if I'm really honest, we kind of begged to concede this goal. So thank you for your attention. We wish you a nice evening and see you